quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by M.J. Stewart. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off. But he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. It was Jalen Mills getting a hand in there defensively.
Intended for Kareem Hunt. Incomplete. It's 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Going up top. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Now a handoff looking right. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
He was taken down by
safety Grant Delpit up to make the play.
Pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 24-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
At the 26-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing, Mayfield. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 36.
They've got 2nd and 12 from the 36. Play fake. Mayfield. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now they try the right side here. And some room to roam now. He's got daylight. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. 77 yards. And the Bears will add on to their lead. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
Is good. Makes the score Bears 17, Browns nothing. Cairo Santos set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
5-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop.
At the 47-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They go play action. Mayfield. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Mayfield. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit.
Good.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Check, 93 is the mic, 93 is the mic. 18, check, 93 is the mic, 93 is the mic.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Check, 93 is the mic, 93 is the mic. Here we go, here we go. Check, 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 check. Check, 93 is the mic, 93 is the mic. And
Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by M.J. Stewart. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. So a holding penalty, and that'll send them backwards.
You know they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Beckham, incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Mayfield to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
A little closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Mayfield firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Mayfield, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They'll roll him out right. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Here we go, D. Here I come. 60 bucks, come again. Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Mooney. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Let's make these babies cry out of there, man. Wide, get wide. 25, check 25.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
The ball carrier.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And they give this time to the tailback. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
At the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. That's going to set him back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
Well, partner, that's one of the problems when you sell out to stop the run on 3rd and short. Sometimes you break the initial wall and you go a long way.
So how do you prevent it?
That's tough to do. That really is tough to do. And one of the things offenses like to do nowadays in practice, you know, they do a lot of working against equal numbers. They'll start putting more and more numbers on defense and just telling the offensive guys, figure it out, learn how to block it. We may see this situation.
They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
In on the tackle. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 44-yard line.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Alert, alert. Got you, boy.
Mayfield down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive linemen, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. A 1st down throw for Mayfield. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. 3 yards the gain there. 2nd down.
3 brings up 2nd and 7.
Mayfield. And his throw is incomplete. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Coverage on the play by Kyle Fuller.
The the Browns on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Mayfield. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
4th down.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. They get 6 yards going for it on 4th, and now it's 1st and goal. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. Yeah, the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Third and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. They'll run it here with Hunt, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end. Yeah,
eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns.
But that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
And again, it's Chubb. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
He was taken down by...
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the... And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Touchdown. Nick Chubb with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Browns have taken the lead. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote on your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
A little salt, a little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up, because Frank Reich at Maryland in college did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like you still harbor some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
He's back to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. Open man is Komet, the tight end. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And they will finally put an end to the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
At the 3.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Chubb, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
Point
after try forthcoming. And the kick here no good, but a penalty flag is down. Looks like he got run into. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Browns 27, Bears 17.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll set up to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit him over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Let's go, Mike, check.
He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. He's picked off near his own 48, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
At the 48-yard line.
Let's go. Hey, let's get this.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Gain on the play brings up 2nd and 10.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Pick it up, D. 95 Mike.
They run it again with Chubb. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.